welcome to another episode of King's Crossing. This is episode 40. My name is Wrath, I'm your storyteller. I have been the storyteller this entire time, so hopefully you know me by now. If you're just tuning in with us for the first time, we're going to go through a quick recap, real quick introduction of who we're hanging out with today, and then we're going to dive into the game. This is a ongoing campaign, like I said, episode 40, set in a classic fantasy homebrew world. Featuring an array of cast and characters that have been launched into an area called the Freelands, trying to handle the situations revolving around the town of Arwen's Rest. Now, this town has basically succumbed to corruption and chaos as a plague of sorts has been unleashed upon the Freelands, and it's taken the form of a swamp, which has basically submerged the town and its inhabitants. The people there are dying off, monsters are going crazy, basically shit's getting bad. But our players are set out to attempt to be heroes and solve this problem. Basically, there's no other heroes in this area, and they were like, well, we'll try. And so they've been fighting the good fight for a minute here, and we're going to see how that's been going for him. And we're going to start that off by talking about our recent events from the previous episode featuring these characters, where they all died. So as far as how that's going, not great. But basically, the character known as Adarag, a halfling smuggler of sorts, dipped through an ashen tree, which is basically got shattered and broken apart and revealed that it was actually a realm door. This is a door between realms. And being able to step through this realm door entered a very specific pocket realm, or side realm, which housed a bunch of tree folk that were hiding from the chaos and corruption. And so discovering this, Adarag had entered trying to seek some assistance with a project that he was working on. However, he wasn't getting very far, and the tree folk were actually closing this realm door. They were like, no, that's not supposed to be open. Shut it. So they were shutting it, and, well, basically Gnimwirt, a gnome engineer, friend of Adarag, popped his head through and was like, hey, you need to get out! And the door closed, severing Gnimwirt in half. Gnimwirt's body fell on one side, completely dead and lifeless. Head fell on the other side, completely dead and lifeless. Some time passed. Some events occurred outside of Gnimwirt's knowledge. He hasn't been there for it. The other players know they were there. Some other events occurred, and basically the party found themselves escaping this pocket realm, being allowed to get back out into their own realm. Upon doing so, they saw the door once again closing, and decided they were going to follow suit with Gnimwirt and off themselves. So, one after another, Adarag, Wilfer, and then at the last second, Torvekek, the door shuts, and their bodies drop lifeless. So it's at this point that they're all dead, and that was made apparent to them after Gnimwirt collapsed. They asked, hey, what can we do with this? Can we heal him? And basically they were told that's just a husk of a body, like that's dead.
I wasn't aware I died as well.
No, you weren't, because you went off with Grunkle, so you weren't aware of it.
Yeah, I'm confused.
I feel like that would be something I would have been aware of.
Yep.
What? Okay, reverse for a second here.
Mm-hmm.
I got cut in half, and then Wilfer and at the last second, Torvekek jumped in what? And what door closed?
They reopened the door, were able to get back out, and as the door was closing, Adarag was like, let's go! And so he stuck his head in, Wilfer followed suit, and then Torvekek also followed suit, but no one saw it. I wonder why. And
I didn't see it either.
So everyone stuck half their body through like I had.
And let the door close on them to try and go find Wilfer. Or Gnimwirt.
Try and find Gnimwirt.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wasn't aware I died either, so don't feel bad.
No, you weren't, because you went off with Grunkle.
So I didn't die.
So,
That's what I'm trying to figure out, right?
You don't know. You went off
Very
with
confusing.
From what you remember, you went off with Grunkle. That's because Torvekek is split and doesn't know what his other half is doing half the time. So, we are going to leave our realm to go find these people because they are no longer here. They've been closed between realms, lost to time and space, gone. Their bodies dropped. So we zoom out and we realm shift, kind of turn the table and zoom in on a whole new realm. This whole new area that lives outside of time and space. We're going to zoom in on one very familiar gnome. Now this gnome, known as Gnimwirt, tink, 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 sweating profusely, drenched in sweat, grizzled, charred, just looks miserable as he is slaving away in a blacksmith's forge. Now, Gnimwirt, this is not new. You've been here for as long as you can remember. At least a month, maybe more. As long as you can remember, you've been a slave in this realm. Now, you know this realm belongs to Kain. Kain the Conqueror. Go ahead and roll for me a folklore check, Gnimwirt.
Okay. Sorry, I'm taking notes.
You're alright. Do your thing.
Okay. Folklore, you said?
Folklore, yes sir.
Okay.
It's just gonna be standard, nothing special. Alright. You know Kain the Conqueror is one of the descending gods. One of the lower tier of gods. Still a god, but one of the lower tiers, a descending god. This realm belongs to Kain the Conqueror. He has seized this realm. You don't really know much else. It might have been someone else's realm before, but it now belongs to Kain. And basically, you and hundreds of other people live here. These hundreds of other people are warriors, fighters, soldiers. Soldiers of Kain. And every day they go out and they fight. Massive armies collide on a battlefield, and they fight to the death. You are a slave for this army. You serve Kain. You serve the armies. You are tasked with forging their equipment, knocking out dents out of the armor, reshaping swords, getting them back in fighting fit shape to get back onto the battlefield. Now, you've never even seen Kain. You've never, he doesn't walk among you, he doesn't, you're not even sure if he's here. But that's who you serve. That's, all you guys behave. Because this land belongs to him. You all serve Kain. Gnimwirt, it's not good. The soldiers, for some reason, you're of a lower status. You can see, you've been here long enough to see that when new people join, they get tasked with one army or the other. They become soldiers for these armies, and they go on and they collide on the battlefield and they fight. However, you are tasked with working in the blacksmith forge, and you are not held to the same level as them. When they come home at the end of the battle, they all go in and they get to eat and drink and rest before tomorrow's battle. However, you are in a pen, cell basically, but it's with like the livestock. Curl up in the hay, shiver under a little blanket. That's how you spend your evenings. Wake up, joints stiff, and you do it all over again. And you do this day after day after day. So let's get a look at what's going through Gnimwirt's head. As remember, you've been here as long as you can remember, at least a month, maybe more. This is your life. This is what you do. So, what's going through your head?
2 questions.
Mm-hmm.
So when people die, in the battle? I'm
Mhm.
assuming, in the fighting, there's people dying.
Yeah.
Do they
Absolutely.
come back and continue fighting? Or
At the end of the battle, at the end of the day, basically, in the morning, a horn will blow. Very familiar. Everyone knows the horn, and that's when you all get to work. They go fight, go craft. Um, and then at the end of the day, a horn will blow, and all the dead will get back up. Fighting stops, and everyone goes back to rest and recover before the next day.
I see. Um, and then my second question is, do I remember my old life and friends and what I was doing?
Once upon a time, you probably did. Now it's like fragments every now and then, maybe like a dream. You're like, I feel like feel like I was doing something. Like you would have memories, but they would be fragments.
Okay. All right. Well, I think what Gnimwirt is thinking is, you know, the one thing that's core to him is I'm good at making stuff and I'm good with my mind, not necessarily a good fighter. And so what I'm going to try to do to see if I can throw things off in this world is try to craft weapons and armor in a way that favors one side, to see if I can have one side completely dominate a day and take the whole army out on the other side.
You're like performing your own science experiments. Like, I wonder if they win today. I wonder if this group wins today. Like, what will happen?
Basically, yeah, I'm trying to, like, it sucks, but I'm wondering if maybe, like, if I'm able to have, because usually, like, both armies just suffer huge casualties and
Absolutely.
nobody wins.
Yep.
So what I'm trying to do is make it so one army wins, and maybe that will, throw off the balance of the world and get me out of here or something.
You will know a couple key points that you'll know. One, you're not from here. No one is born here. You're all from other places. So you know you're not from here. You had a different life once upon a time. You don't really remember that life, kind of what we talked about. Two, you know if you don't do your job, like you've probably over the month or months that you've been here, there's been a couple different tests that you've done. Like, I wonder if I just don't work. If I don't serve either side, or if I serve one side and not the other or whatever. You know that you will get tortured. The Knights of Kain, basically unheard of servants of his, basically these armored knights who don't speak or anything, they somehow know and they torture. You wake up the next day, your body's healed, you get back to work. But you still, you still feel it and suffer in the moment, but the next day everything just kind of resets, right? Those two things. You also know, not everything is like death and destruction. While you don't get to hang out with the soldiers because they all get to go, feast and dine and drink and rest. However, when they come and drop off equipment and like, hey, I need you to fix this, I need you to fix this, slave, here, servant, and they just kind of toss gear to you. It's like that when you're the towel boy or something, they all just toss their towels on the head. It's basically treatment like that. Like, none of them really see you. They're all suffering as well. They're all dealing with their own stuff. They're all fighting, they're, earning glory on the battlefield or whatever. However, you have made one friend. A man named Roderick. Roderick's an older soul, older gent, but, nice enough guy, and he seems like he, is a leader among men. He's kind of got that, just leader vibes. He doesn't, like, impose or, actually try and stand out, but he's just kind of, people listen to him. And, it's been many a time that he's come by to get, like, armor fixed or, sword rebuilt or whatever, and he sits by the fire and watches you work and just kind of talks as, you guys talk, and there isn't much to talk about. Neither of you can really remember your lives before this, but, it's not that he is, like, actively like, oh my god, I'm gonna help you, like, da-da-da. It's just he isn't mean to you, so it's the nicest thing you have, right?
Mm-hmm.
So those are your three key things that you kind of know, and so we'll say, you know, you're at a spot, you're out there, ching, ching, working, and another sword will kind of clamber down at your workstation there, pound down on the bench, and you see Roderick kind of take off his helmet and lean back against the table, and he goes, How is it today, Gnimwirt?
Well, not much has changed. Same old, as you know.
Well, at least it hasn't gotten worse, right?
I suppose. It's been a while since the last torture.
One can favor the time spent between. Any new dreams of late? I do fancy your stories. Used to have some of my own. Long since passed.
I'm starting to forget the stories I've told you.
Can you make one up? A fantasy of some grand adventure you went on before you were this and we were here.
Well, I have pieces. I remember Endless Ocean, which at the time was something terrifying to me. But now that I've been in this battlefield for who knows how long, I miss the waters.
Open sea.
Apologies, I have to pull out something out of the oven.
Oh, of course. Continue your craft.
Yes.
Can't get to you guys yet. So, we flip to Adarag. Ah! Falling through the nothingness. We flip back to Gnimwirt. He's not there yet. We flip back to Torvekek. Ah! We flip back to Gnimwirt.
Adarag is questioning his judgment in many things.
Like, I don't know if we should have.
I have made very poor choices to make myself get to this moment in time.
Just remembering that you also don't look like Adarag. You're Dryad now.
Yeah.
We need to get new character art.
Yeah.
That's
I also
funny.
need to... I apologize if my clickety-clacking is coming through. I'm trying to look up how to add a unique skill to a character sheet in Foundry.
Do you have a unique skill?
The leadership that isn't a part of my current...
Fuck! I added Torvekek because I never added yours. God damn it. I'll figure it out. Or if you figure it out before me, that's fine.
We'll get to it.
You back?
Alright, I'm back.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry about that.
We pan away from to back to to Gnimwirt. An open sea. That does sound like a fairy tale for sure.
Can you remember oceans?
I cannot, son. I cannot. Well, he kind of stands up and arches back. You hear it pop, and he goes, I may have the wife bring you some scraps from the dinner tonight. You alright with that?
That'd be very much appreciated.
Fourth thing you know, I think we're at 4. I don't remember how many we got to, but fourth thing you know, Roderick is married. Has been for as long as anyone can remember. To a lady named Arwen. Roderick and Arwen are both friends of yours. They kind of are the only ones who treat you fairly, you know, at least like a human being or like a gnome. And he's like, good. Well, I best get out there before the servants come find me. You got another sword I can use?
Absolutely. And by this time, one of the things I do remember is Roderick, and so I like give him my best craft, like the best sword I've made. And I've got one set aside in the back.
Swings it around. He goes, fine work, I'd say. Maybe you were a blacksmith before all this. Huh, who knows?
I don't, but I think I'm getting better at it.
Well, back to it. He walks out of the tent and he goes, you hear him like as he walks out of the tent, oh, fucking, let's go! Rah! And charges back out into the battle.
Am I the only gnome?
Only one you've seen, yeah.
Okay.
There's hundreds of people. You don't interact with everyone. There might even be other blacksmiths out there that other people go to. You haven't explored the whole area. You're not really allowed to. But time passes on, and once again the horn blows, and people close up shop. The dead rise. They all head off into their halls and start dining. And from your pen with the livestock and your little hay and little blanket, you can hear the sounds of the hall and everyone drinking. And eventually, Arwen, Roderick's wife, will approach and she'll lean through the bars to the pen and pulled out like this clay pottery with different assortments. Kind of looks like one of those sample plates you'd get as an appetizer of some of the different, some bread, some fruit, some cooked meat, and kind of has a little bowl, not a tankard, not a cup. She managed to scavenge a pottery bowl, and it's got some liquid in it, probably a drink of some sort. And she kind of sets the both down inside, and she goes, "My friend, are you in there?"
Yes, I'm here. I poke my head out from behind the forge.
It's always so terribly dark out here. Are you warm and safe?
I'm warm. I guess safe too. Yes.
No visits from the servants today.
No.
That's good. That's good. No more tests, huh?
I don't think so. What would they be testing me on now?
Your tests, silly. The ones that get you visits from the servants.
Yes, I haven't had one for a few days.
Well, I look forward to hearing of your next adventure, I suppose.
I'm glad you do. I don't know that I do.
Well, I best be getting back in. I'll see you soon, Gnimwirt.
It's nice to see you.
She'll head back inside and... Oh, sorry. What'd you say?
And thanks for the food.
Absolutely. She'll head back inside, and the events of the night continue on while you curl up under your little blanket, and it's very thin, kind of patchy blanket. Try and sleep. Let's see. We're going to move along to the next day. Where?
Arwen brought Gnimwirt pizza for the record.
Yeah, he did. Or she did. I know my characters. Yeah, we're gonna skip on to the next day. The familiar horn will sound. Everyone gets up and proceeds to carry on with their day. Gnimwirt, you're to report to the blacksmith's forge. What is your plan for today?
I go to the forge. I'm starting to, when I'm going to and from places that I'm supposed to be, I am paying attention to see if I can recognize anyone, or I'm starting to try and remember names, even though I haven't really met many people.
Okay.
And then at the forge, I'm gonna try to start basically making different kinds of weapons and armor. So some that I'm gonna put a lot of effort into making high quality, and then others that I'm going to try to make it appear high quality, but have it fail in battle intentionally.
Oh, interesting. Okay, give me an overall tradecraft skill for this using all your benefits. perks and what's not. Meanwhile, the soldiers march past, their army heads out, the other army comes down from the hills. They come down to the field to once again engage. As the armies kind of are walking, marching out, they begin picking up speed and eventually going into a charge as they go down the hills, and they're running in, colliding into each other, and as they do, as a halfling drops from the sky, maybe, 8 feet up or something, onto the ground, kind of bounces as he hits the ground. As Adarag, now months later or something, looks up, as you hear, the sound is thunder as the ground shakes, as you see two massive armies colliding over the top of you. And just as they're about to collide, what is Adarag doing?
Adarag's getting out of there. I mean, looking around, he's going to try to stay as low as possible and skitter his way out of the fray.
Okay, staying low and sneaking. Give me a stealth check.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to reroll?
Yeah, I'll reroll.
All right. Nice. You get up, slip, catch yourself, and then just start crawling out, moving around people, kind of dodging, weaving. I am going to need, and it's your choice, either athletics or coordination. Athletics, you are trying to basically stealthily sprint your way out of here, or coordination, you're trying to stealthily kind of ease your way out of here.
I'm gonna coordinate.
Okay.
Trying to dip, dive, and dodge.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. So you are kind of scrambling among the grass. The grass is decently tall, and you're a small person amongst all these, people clashing over the top of you, swords swinging, you see blood spraying over the top of you. You're just getting covered as bodies are falling in front of you. You're kind of crawling around them.
I also kind of blend in.
Yeah. It's just another body amongst the, the fallen. And you basically make your way out, and all of a sudden you just feel a hand grip you around the back of the neck, lift you off the ground, and throw you. And you get thrown, but with that coordination check, I'm going to let you keep that. You kind of tuck and roll and spring to your feet, kind of ready. As you see, stand by. You see, this man kind of pull you. The armies are clashing. You're now on the outskirts of these two armies clashing, and this guy looks at you and he goes, "You don't look like you belong here."
I don't know where here is.
Where did you come from?
Well, I was outside of a town named Arwen's Rest. And now I'm here. Where is here?
This is the land of Kain.
And who be that?
He is him. Never you mind that for now.
I don't have time for the pronouns game.
You've arrived. Not through the door. How did you not come through the door?
What door?
You need to hide.
Trying.
He can't know you're here.
Who's he?
Find the blacksmith. He'll get you to hide in his pen. Plenty of hay
Okay.
there until we figure out what to do.
Fine. Where's that?
Blacksmith, top of that hill. Can't miss him.
Appreciated. And Adarag is going to stay low in the grass and try to skitter his way over across there. Probably going on all fours right now. He's fully.
You see this man is kind of standing. He stands about a head taller than most of the men running around. And he just kind of watches you before you see he kind of hefts his sword again and charges back into the fight. Yeah, 7:35, perfect. Okay. Meanwhile, we're going to zoom out of this. The camera kind of pans out these two massive armies in the middle of a battle. The sun searing overhead, kind of lighting up the scene. Amidst all of this, a small halfling bobbing and weaving on all fours, kind of scrambling around, catching himself, running up this hill. Zooming out, you see this blacksmith's forge, the smoke billowing out of it as he continues to work to rebuild the armament for the armies. And we zoom into a castle over on the side, and where the stable is, the pen where the blacksmith sleeps, the castle where all the soldiers go in, and we zoom into a very particular room. Not a room, a hallway. This hallway is dark, lit with one torch. Next to this torch, a large, looming door, double door, big, heavy handles, gold inlay, kind of metal intricate work around it, and stood very, very low next to this door, a dwarf. A dwarf named Torvekek. You have no idea how the hell you got here. You're looking around and you're like, you're in a hallway. Behind you is just dark. Like the hallway continues, but it is just dark. In front of you is the door. What does Torvekek do?
So, just to clarify, I'm just in a random castle, a random hallway in this castle, in a place I have no idea where it is.
Right now, you're in a hallway, and you have no idea how you got there. You know nothing else beyond that.
Gotcha. And there's just a door and blackness behind.
Yes, sir.
Sorry if the clarification questions are annoying. But...
No, you're good. It's a weird situation.
Alright, so I'm gonna see if the door will open, but I'm not gonna toss it open or anything. I'm just gonna kind of...
Yeah, nudging it definitely is easily open. Like, it's heavy. It's obviously real and heavy and solid, yeah. But you could open it.
Is there like any lights or something inside?
Absolutely, there's light inside and warmth.
Can I kind of just poke my head around the door, like try to see what's in without getting spotted if possible?
You absolutely can. As you go to peek your head in, you see what looks to be like an office. You see what looks to be almost maybe a library, an office, maybe some kind of mix between the two. And you hear a female voice call out, "You can come in."
Okay.
And as you step inside, a woman is tending over a desk, kind of working on some stuff and putting away some books. And she puts away books. She's like, "What is your name?"
He kind of does a one-handed bow. Torvekek at your service.
She hasn't looked at you up until as of yet. And putting away books, she's like, "Torvekek. And where are you from?"
I am from the mountains in I don't actually know how to point out where it would be from here, because I have no idea where I am.
That is not uncommon. And what is it you do, Torvekek? What purpose has your life served?
Well, I was in the army for a while, and then decided that it was time to retire and go and see what kind of ales I could find. He kind of gets a wistful look in his eye.
And you kind of see her facial expression change for the first time this entire conversation, where she almost looks like curious. Just like one would be inclined to ask if you were called here, or you came of your own volition.
Well,
what did you do in the army, Torvekek?
I was a man-at-arms in the deeps of the mountain. There was many things down there that I would prefer not to remember if at all possible.
Were you a tunneler?
I was in the lines, not so much a tunneler. It was, the tunnelers had a much higher casualty rate, and I didn't quite want to volunteer for that.
What did you do in the lines? Specifically you.
I was a spearman, second to a sergeant. It is kind of like if he went down, I was supposed to take over the line, but our sergeant was a good man, so he never went down, which is fine with me.
I see. I see. Well, I welcome you to your new home. I think you will actually fit in quite well here. The others have already gotten started, so you're more than welcome to join them. Just proceed through that door, and you might... Yeah. She kind of looks you over and she goes, "You're outfitted enough. Yeah, why don't you step through that door and go join the others. I'll see you at dinner."
If I may ask, where exactly is here and what exactly got started?
You can see she's basically gone back to books.
Right. Another hopeless battle, I'm sure. He turns around and starts marching out.
Roll awareness.
Which one do you want me to roll? For the reflection or Torvekek?
Sorry. For that one.
Okay, that's normal Torvekek. Am I still wounded as all hell, by the way?
No. You shouldn't be.
Are
all of us wounded?
All of you guys are showing lightly wounded for me. That should all be healed.
So we should be healed all the way?
Yeah, everyone should be healed all the way. Go ahead and correct your character sheet.
Cool. If you guys don't mind, I'm going to try and reroll that.
Go ahead.
Damn
Would you
it.
like to reroll?
What do you guys think? Should I use another one?
It's
No.
still early.
Up to you.
No!
Alright. You approach the doors, open them up, and you see, basically, as you open up the doors, you step out of the castle and you just see a rolling field in front of you, overlooking a battlefield. You're kind of on a hill, overlooking a battlefield. Two massive armies are colliding at the bottom of these two hills, and just a bloodbath. I mean, it's just a massacre of armies fighting down there. And as you're watching this, you actually realize your feet are moving. You're picking up speed as you're also kind of running down the hill. Do you want to do anything? Equip any weapons?
I mean, I don't want to get into the fight if I can help it.
Okay.
I'd
Your
rather-
feet are
I've
currently... What does your body do? Is your lower body is running towards down the hill currently.
And I can't stop it?
What would you like to do to try?
Tell my legs to stop?
Okay. Roll a charm check.
Oh, I gotta charm my legs to do what I tell them to do. What I want them to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to convince your legs to... You're like, "No! Legs, please! We're on the same side, please!" As you feel your legs start to slow, but at this point you've started to slow as you're passing people cheering, people yelling, people fighting. A sword swings as it goes right over your head. You're now in the middle of one of the armies, but your feet are coming to a stop as you've joined one side. Adarag, roll an awareness check for me.
Sure.
Poor Torvekek, he just can't stop getting into massive battles.
Charging into fights, man. Adarag, as you're scrambling, you finally break free of the army, kind of break out of the main fray of it, and you're like, oh, as you scramble up the hill, and then you just hear, oh, please! And you look over and you see Torvekek charging into the, running into all these people. So you're, oh no, please! And then he vanishes into this mess of bodies. But Adarag, you see up on the hill the pillar of smoke coming from the blacksmith.
I still don't quite understand that dwarf. And I'm going to keep going up towards the...
He doesn't understand you either, it's fine.
I like how there's not like, how is he here? It's, yeah, I just don't get him. So you're heading up towards the blacksmith?
Yes, going up to the blacksmiths.
Okay. Gnimwirt, you're slaving away. Did I get your tradecraft skill?
Yes.
Yeah, it's up above.
I did, yep. 46 out of 61. Sweet.
Yep.
So describe to me exactly what you're doing there.
So, I'm assuming when people come to like get outfitted, like I can tell like which army they belong to.
Roll for me. I'm gonna have you roll for me a...
Scrutinize.
Yeah, I think scrutinize is gonna be the one.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a scrutinize check. Perfect. It's difficult to tell. Usually you're able to get it from like kind of inquiring, like, you know, or picking up on little things like, you know, the ones who seem even more tired usually ran from the other side, like from the other hill. And so you're like, oh, like I can kind of guess that, you know, you pick up on the subtle hints. There's no like armor or banner or flag that would distinguish them, but it's the subtle things. And I will say that you've been here long enough and you're starting to pick it up that you would give it like 2 out of 3. You're usually right.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I've made, you know, my lot of armor and weapons for the day. As I'm outfitting people, I'll gauge whether they're coming from the far side or the close side. And to the best that I can, I'm going to start giving the close side all the good weapons, the best armor, and I'm just going to start giving the far side armor that appears just the same. Like, it looks like it's just as good, but I've built in ways for it to fail in the fight that are, like, unassuming. Like,
yeah, like clasps will come undone, or...
Yeah. Yeah. Things that would just make it more cumbersome, and, like, no one would necessarily attribute it to, like, faulty armor, but, like, they're gonna just start having problems. That's my goal.
Yeah, yeah, I hear you. Okay. You're outfitting one, a gent from the other side, you're pretty sure, and you're refitting his armor, kind of securing it back onto his arm. You've got the faulty latches on there, and you're like, alright, you'll be alright. And as he heads out, Adarag, how do you approach the blacksmith?
I'm still stealthy. I'm going to be trying to be as cautious as I can to try to approach this place that I've never been before.
Perfect. Gnimwirt, give me an awareness check. We'll see if you see him. Interesting.
At this point, would my streetwise kick in as a urban environment, or is it not?
This really isn't very urban. It's more of the guy turns around and basically walks right past someone laying in the grass. As Gnimwirt, you look down, you see a disheveled-looking halfling laying on the ground.
Just poking out of him.
Adarag, you look up and you see Gnimwirt. In probably like a blacksmith's apron, just drenched in sweat, probably like all red from the heat.
Oh, thank heavens! A friendly face.
I keep making stuff. And are you walking into the building or what?
I'm skittering on all fours, but yes, I'm making my way towards you.
I just look at him and
And it's not just a halfling that you see. It's a halfling with like branches and twigs coming out of him. Is that?
Are you wearing
still-
your ghillie suit?
No, the
Oh! Shit,
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. Thank you. Yeah, it's not. So basically, you see a halfling crawling through the grass, and it looks weird, and you're like, why is this guy crawling through the grass? And then basically, when he gets up, you see the grass rise with him as a plant-like creature stands in front of you. Basically, half halfling, half tree folk, as at a dryad stands Adarag stands in front of you. Basically Adarag, but yeah, with branches, like his arm is all like woven with twigs and leaves and branches. Yeah, he's part plant. Thank you for reminding me.
I'm just gonna look at him and then I just like walk over to my like area where I've staged all my armor and start like piecing through it. It's like, I don't have anything small enough for you.
Yeah, you've definitely never seen any of this soldier ever before, so he might just be a new join. You know, sometimes there's new joins, but you're like, yeah, you probably don't have anything that fits.
Like nobody told me I needed to make something this small. I'm kind of like miffed out of this, like kind of mad.
Gnimwirt, it's me, your old pal, Adarag.
Do I know my name?
You do, yeah. Even Roderick calls you Gnimwirt.
Okay.
So you know you're Gnimwirt, and probably there would be pings like I'm Adarag, and that would ping like you've had a dream about an Adarag. You're like, that was one of the guys in my dream.
Huh. Forgive me, friend. I seem to not remember outfitting you before. Have you been here long?
Well, you gave me this ghillie suit and these goggles here.
Can I see him?
Again, and
Oh,
yeah.
Uh,
Looking over
and
these and the designs would probably ping memories as well.
I hand over the like steampunk goggles and like, yes, you. Do you not remember me? You act
I look
cold.
through the goggles, just like I'm suddenly distracted. These are genius.
Damn, whoever made these is really an amazing dude.
Yeah, this guy's awesome.
Yeah, you have quite the outfit here. I don't know if you need anything from me.
I could never do anything this cool. I'm just a blacksmith.
Uh-huh.
Sir, you truly don't remember.
You keep calling me sir and friend. What am I forgetting here?
Yeah, no one calls you sir or friend here. Like, no one treats you that way. This is weird.
You came to me in Starforge Academy, and you asked me for a trip up the river a trip across the oceans to help you go track down this shady character of sorts to help get back something that was dear to you. And I obliged, and I took you on me nimble wench, and we ran the Rockar blockade. You don't remember any of this.
That's the ocean.
Yeah, this is all like ping dreams. Yeah, you're like...
Yeah, I've had dreams of this. I didn't think it was real.
Nay, it was not dreams. It was this other... I don't know where we are, but this is not the real place. The real world, that is.
How did you find me, and how long have I been here?
Well, to be honest, you've only been gone from our world about maybe an hour? And I don't rightly know where this is, but we got here by, well, for lack of a better term, decapitating ourselves with a portal.
And it's at this point we're going to dive into a 5-minute break. When we return, we're going to be looking at what's going on with Torvekek. So, hopefully you guys are enjoying. We will see you after this quick break. Oh, you know what we never did was we never did the introductions of who you guys were and what you were doing, but that's fine. We'll do it at the end.
You kind of did.
A little bit. So we rejoin Torvekek down on the battlefield. You stand amidst the army. What is your plan as you are now right on the edge of what might be the battle of your life?
Well, I've already had one of those.
Mm-hmm. Another one.
I prefer not to. I mean, I'm guessing there's no easy way out of this. It's probably just gonna end up having to fight my way out of it, huh?
Basically, from what you see, if you try and go back the way you came, there are soldiers that are going to be pushing you in and, like, pushing inwards. If you try and go through, there's going to be, the other army. There's, whichever way you go, you're going to have to fight to get out.
Do I recognize any of the races that are fighting, or is it just humans?
You see a mix. It's a little bit of everything, really. There is... As you're looking, you see humans, you see dwarves, you see elves, you see races you've never even heard of before or seen. It's kind of a smorgasbord.
Screw it. Axe, shield, charge!
Fuck yeah. Let's get a combat roll. You're charging in.
I didn't really have much choice, but yeah.
Alright.
Oh, there's no combat encounter. Can't do it.
Oh, right. Apologies, stand by. Alright, you can click your character and add yourself to the turn order.
Oh, a 12. It's not bad.
Nice.
Alright. Go ahead. It is Torvekek's turn.
Yay.
Kill them all.
Would that be considered a charge?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so I get a fury die, right?
Yes, sir. Add yourself a fury die. Ooh,
Yay.
shit, with a success, 30 out of 59. Let's get some damage on that. Brings down the axe. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
You charge forward and basically just... And you split... A guy basically breaks through and is like, oh, with a sword, and you split his head in half as he's...
I'm getting really tired of this. Spins the axe around.
A guy is gonna come out and fling a mace at you, just swinging a mace. He swings. Roll.
Nope. Ooh.
Yeah, I'll throw one back your way. Let's reroll. Ah, shit. I'm gonna save my other one. He swings back. He can't hit you. It's back to your turn. What do you want to do?
I guess I'm gonna engage him because he tried to engage me.
Fuck yeah, why not? Let's get it.
No fury die this time. Still a success.
Still a success. Let's see that damage. 10. You cleave into him. He's very injured. He swings wildly, once again, trying to hit you with his mace. Fuck!
So close.
Reroll. Shit! Oh! You hate to see it. He swings, and he swings back around, smacking the shit out of one of his own guys, and he's running up, gets knocked the fuck out by his own guy's mace. That brings it back to Torvekek.
Swinging again. I'm just gonna swing the once. I think that'll.
Swinging a mace. Swinging a mace.
I'm not giving you full action points. This is basic. Jesus Christ, you don't need them. And damage on that. 11.
What does a crit do? Does it double damage or what?
No, it can't be blocked or parried.
Okay.
Yeah, can't be blocked or parried at all. There's nothing we can do to negate it.
So this is just simplified combat.
Yeah, this is very simplified combat, yeah.
Okay.
As you bring out your axe and you cleave into the same spot, cutting him in half. His top body drops from his lower body. One more...
Just gonna let out a little roar.
You now have two guys charging at you. One carrying a spear and one carrying a sword. The spear is gonna attack. He's gonna hit. I'm gonna allow you to parry this if you want.
Yep.
See that you have the spear and the parry, or spear and the sword coming at you. You'll be able to parry one of them, but you don't know if the sword's gonna hit yet. Do you want to parry this?
Yeah, I might as well.
Okay, go ahead. Ting!
Wow.
Your shield. You block his spear from hitting you. The guy comes in with the sword. He hits. You can't parry this one. 13. Does that damage you?
Let me check. Damage threshold is 9. Yeah.
9. Okay. What's your next threshold level?
Oh no. Okay, 9's my armor, and 15 is the first.
No. It's 9, and then the next one's 15. You're right.
Okay.
So 9 and then 15. So I only did 13. So it'll only take you 1 down the damage tracker.
And I'm lightly wounded again. Great.
How is your... Oh, you reapplied your armor. Your armor's destroyed, isn't it, from the fight with the dragon?
I don't know.
Pretty sure it is.
How do I don't think I can take the armor off, can I?
No, you just have one... This one? Yeah, it was that one. Okay. So 7, so 13, but it needs to beat it. So your second one is 13, but it needs to beat it. So it doesn't, it's 1 short of beating it. So yeah, you only go 1 down the damage condition. So you're lightly wounded. And that was their 2 turns, so it's back to Torvekek. Which one are you going after, spear or sword guy?
So this is a little bit complicated for the simplified combat.
How so?
But could I break dude's spear with my axe?
That would be basically a disarm action, which is on the sheet. I believe you have to roll a, a coordination check?
Disarm is a coordination test. Foe must resist coordination or be disarmed.
There you go. Yeah, so you would roll coordination, and if you succeed, then I have to try and resist it.
I'm looking for the thing above. I don't see it. Oh, it's coordination. Okay. That's agility, and agility is piss poor, so no, that's not gonna happen.
All right. What would you like to do?
I'm guessing sword guy's a little bit in my reach better than the spear guy is, so I'll go after him.
Yeah, probably, because he did just hit you. Yeah. Okay, so we're going after the sword guy. Got a hit. Damage on that?
8.
All right. You do cut into him. He is hurt. He's not dead. Let's see. I'm gonna do a real quick.
Killed again.
Real quick check here. Okay, sword guy's gonna attack you again. You guys are... Oh, God, I don't have any more fortune points. Okay, spear guy's coming back. He's recovered and he... Fuck, never mind.
Nope.
They're both swinging and missing. Alright, Torvekek, your turn again. What do you want to do?
I'm going after sword guy again.
Alright, you hit. Damage on that one? Jesus.
12.
You basically... And you cleave off his head. It flies over, hits the guy with the spear in the hand. He's like... Oh! And at that point, you hear... And everyone just... kind of recovers, grabs themselves. They pull guys up off the ground. See the guy... Picks the spear guy, bends down, grabs the head, puts it back on the sword guy's body. He gets back up. And like... Good fight, good fight, good fight. I'm gonna...
You too, I guess.
And you see everyone's heading up the hill.
Torvekek's just standing there alone. What just happened?
You feel inclined to follow, but you also look at your axe and it could use sharpening. You saw a blacksmith on your way down the hill.
Might as well. Do I heal again then?
In the morning you will. Right now, I mean, you're wounded, but you're fine.
Okay, I just didn't know because that dude just had his head put back on.
Yeah, you'll heal in the morning. You'll get your full. So you're heading up the hill. Meanwhile,
End of the blacksmith.
Adarag and Gnimwirt.
Fix my armor.
You guys are up at the blacksmith. What are you guys doing? As I believe Adarag just told Gnimwirt that he had his head cleaved off in a realm door.
Yeah. As Adarag's explaining all these things to me, I'm gonna quickly start to realize that, like, I don't know what all he's saying. It seems vaguely familiar, but I know it's unusual and probably not good that he's telling me.
One, that's a great note to mention. Yes. Two, you know that you're not from here, and you've had these dreams, but you don't have any memory of these things. So what he could be saying could all be true. It could be that's where you're from, and somehow this guy knows it. You're not sure how, why. This could be a test. This could be the servants doing, which I believe is the point you're about to get to.
Yeah. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna like kind of peek past Adarag because he's like still in the door. I'm gonna like usher him in, and see like, and I'm gonna notice that the battle is over and people are walking. So
yeah, Adarag was gonna say, like, as he hears the horn, he's probably going to like remember the guy telling him to go hide in the hay, and he's probably gonna like look behind Adarag or Gnimwirt looking for some hay to hide.
Yeah.
Let me quick correction. There's the blacksmith's area, and then there's the stable pen where the hay is, where Gnimwirt sleeps. Two different places.
Gotcha.
Do
you have anywhere I can hide?
Yeah, this way. And I've got like corners and racks of stuff and all kinds of stuff. Like, I'm assuming I'm the only guy that works in this blacksmith shop for this specific one.
Basically, yeah, this specific one, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna, find the deepest, darkest place in the area that no one ever goes to, and shove him there, and get back to work for a minute.
As you're shoving him in there, you hear someone else enter the blacksmith area. It's like the blacksmith area is kind of like a big tent. It's not like a tent, but basically, God, what is it? Like at barbecues, at 4th of July barbecues and stuff, they put up that like awning thing. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Canopy.
Yeah, canopy. Yeah. So it's like one of those, and then it's just kind of situated. But yeah, you hear someone else has entered the blacksmith area.
I'll be right with you, and I run out towards the main area.
Torvekek, you enter the blacksmith area, and this blacksmith seems familiar, but it's fading quickly.
Do you need repairs to your armor or weapons?
You know this guy from somewhere.
I'm going to need my armor repaired and my axe sharpened, and do I know you? I feel like I should be calling you stupid right now for some reason.
Yeah, most people do.
Adarag, from your hiding spot, you can hear all this, but you can't see it.
I'm going to, like, army crawl, like, a lump of, like, grass is just, like, moving across the floor. Just trying to, like, kind of go and peer in and, like, see what's happening in the shop area.
But yes, I need armor repaired and axe sharpened, and I have no idea what the hell is going on.
Yes, well, please remove it for me and set it over here, and I'll get right to that.
It takes the tattered remains that look like it's been burned with dragon acid off.
You're looking at his wounds, his armor, and you're like, that's not normal. It's like acidic bile burnt through the armor and just disintegrated it.
Huh. Are there new enemies out on the battlefield these days?
No. I had to run in with a dragon before I got here.
Another ping of memories.
A dragon?
Yes. He's a real asshole.
Huh.
Torvekek.
Torvekek, roll awareness check. As a clump of grass calls out to you.
Says my name.
You don't see it, but you definitely hear it.
The trees.
Hello? Who said my
Down
name?
here.
You look down and you see a head sticking out with branches coming out of it, looking up at you.
Oh, you're here too?
I grab the armor and I start to like heat it up, and I'm kind of like frustrated. Like, I don't know what you guys are doing, but you're gonna get me in trouble with the torturers.
Exactly.
Now I know I should be calling you stupid. You got your head cut off for no reason.
Well, I had to go find my friend.
By sticking your head in the portal?
I'll admit,
Would
not
you-
my best plan, but it worked.
Okay, I don't know what you guys are talking about, but you need to shut up right now. I look out the door again, see if anyone else is coming.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just here to get my armor repaired.
You don't see anyone coming, but you almost feel a presence.
Adarag is going to, like, back away, and slink back.
So, do you mind... Are you going to have time with the axe too, or how long is the armor going to take? Because I think I can handle the axe if the armor will take up too much of your time.
Oh, I think, to be honest, your armor is pretty tattered. Yeah, so it may take a little while, but if you leave your axe here, you could come get it in the morning. Lots of people do that.
All right, I suppose I can do that.
Gnimwirt, you
Please
hear
don't
someone
move.
else approaching.
All right, I'll get to work on the armor, and as I hear this, I'm just like, I go into like overdrive mode of like hammering hard and, you know, focused on it.
Don't fake it on my account. As you see Roderick enter the tent, sets down his sword, and you see he's all bloodied. And he looks up and he goes, "So who's the twig?"
I look down. Was it a good fight today, Roderick?
It was different. Why is it different?
Do I
Well,
recognize this this individual?
Roderick? Maybe. Actually, I'm gonna need a challenging folklore from Adarag. If you succeed this,
Okay.
you did not. That was close though. Would you like to reroll?
I'm gonna reroll.
Fuck! This guy looks familiar. You're pretty sure you have seen him in a picture somewhere.
Picture.
I'll give you that.
Okay.
So Roderick says, Who is this stick? He appeared on the battlefield. He didn't come through the door.
I don't know, sir. I've been making the armor like I've been told, and the weapons. Please, I've been trying to do my best.
I'm not here to get you in trouble. I'm trying to see if this guy's here. He came in through a different entrance. Maybe there's a way out.
Way out? You mean
Back.
to our past?
Yes, son. Don't tell me you don't ache for those dreams of open seas.
I look to the twig. Who are you?
Well, to be honest, I will have to correct one thing. You do not have a good time on the sea. Um, but my name is Adarag, and I'm a smuggler, and I was able to smuggle you up to Arwen's Rest to, well, I don't know if this is the company to speak of it.
Wait. Are you telling me you know this guy?
Who are you talking to?
the twig.
Aye, this is Gnimwirt.
That he is Gnimwirt. How do you know?
No.
Gnimwirt, do you know this
guy?
I can't remember. He seems to know things about my dreams.
You've only been gone for like 2 hours, man. I don't know how you've already forgotten.
Well,
See?
Speaking of which, how did I get here?
I love
didn't
that
stick my head
Torvekek
up.
remembers some things and not other things. And he's like losing his memory. He's like, how do you know him? You've only been dead like 2 hours. How do I know that?
How
Like,
did
how
I
do
even
you-
get here? I'm not the one that stuck my head in the portal.
wait, how do you know that I've been dead 2 hours? I've been here for months or years or I don't know.
My memory is getting bad, but it's not that bad yet. I think.
Roderick,
Why is my memory
is this
bad?
this has never happened before.
A walking tree appearing in the middle of the battlefield has definitely never happened before. Anyone who comes here comes through the door.
Did I come through the door?
You would remember a meeting with, that's the first time you ever met Arwen. Was walking into
Okay.
the office and her job, Gnimwirt, you know, her job is she has to learn about people and put them where they're needed. You know that basically what you know about Roderick and Arwen, he is a leader, he is a soldier, you know, he is the sword. But he is not the brains. Arwen is the brains. She's the tactician, the strategy. She maps out the battle. She plans the battles. But she's just as much a slave here as everyone else. She doesn't run this place. She has to do her job, or else she gets tortured. You know, it's the same deal. But that's her job. She is like the sworder. You know, puts people in one army or the other army. Put you as a blacksmith. You know.
Yes, so I came through the door, and you came through the door. Twig man, you did not.
I saw him fall from the sky. Appeared
Aye,
from
it
nothing.
was quite abrupt.
Are you sent from Kain directly?
The hell is that?
Kain is he.
Again, who's he?
You can see Roderick's kind of looking around and he goes, best we not speak of him.
Ugh.
Well, Roderick, how do you suggest we keep this secret until we can figure this out?
With the Soul Forge intact, best believe none of us will remember this secret soon. Gnimwirt, from this you would know, from your time here, the Soul Forge is the power source of this realm. Basically, powers everything. And when Soul Forge is turned off, like your forge loses its power, it shuts down, you know. And the Soul Forge, you know, powers everything here, this entire realm. You've never seen it personally, you just know of it. But running something this powerful draws the energy around it, and it seems like it saps memories from people, is what Roderick's implying here.
So you're suggesting we need to diminish the Soul Forge?
Don't know how that's possible. What we need is a way out. Now I feel this one might be the key.
Well,
No one knows
Twig,
he's here.
how do we get out, Twig?
Your guess is as good as mine. Where's this Soul Forge thing? Maybe we shut it down and find out.
I go back to hitting Torvekek's armor. You're all gonna get me tortured, and I'm just frustrated.
We need way out. Let's meet at the pen tonight.
Pen. Where's the pen?
The animal pen. Gnimwirt
That
knows
pen.
it.
I can lead the way there.
Let's meet there tonight. You good with that, dwarf?
I have no idea what's going on still, so sure.
I'm thinking this dwarf should probably go to the halls to eat, otherwise someone will think things are off.
I as well. When we meet at the pen, I'll bring someone who might be able to help.
Okay.
What time should we meet?
After dark.
Understood.
While the rest are drinking, we should be able to slip away. Okay, dwarf?
Okay, sure.
Let's be off then. Stay safe. Tree, don't get found.
I slink down. Turn into like just a straight pile of grass.
You just see Roderick kind of shake his head and be like, and I'll head out. Torvekek, what do you do? You feel an inclination that you're supposed to go to the hall, rest, recover, eat, drink.
I guess I'm following that inclination.
Alright. Torvekek heads out. What do Adarag and Gnimwirt do?
I think Adarag would continue to like, while Gnimwirt is working, like try to tell him like tales of like what they've been through so far to try to keep jogging his memory, and try to keep like tell him of the things that he's done for him, and like because he thinks that his friend is going through something, so he wants to try to help him out.
What you get from this, Gnimwirt, is it sounds wonderful, but it sounds like a fairy tale. You're like, that's not me. Like, I'm a slave. I work the forge, you know? Like, this is me. The person you're describing sounds awesome, but, like, that's not me. That's not... I mean, those are dreams that I've had. Yeah, I don't know how the fuck you know those. Like, it's so hard to believe that you don't believe it, but you can't, like, just push it off either. Like, you're hanging on every word at the same time, right?
Yeah, after like a few stories, while I'm working, I just kind of look back towards him, make sure no one else is here, and I say, "Can you write, Big?"
Never been one of my strong suits.
Well, I'm just about finished up here, and normally I would just go to bed since I'm not allowed to go eat and drink. But perhaps I could stay up and write down some of these stories that you're telling me, just so that I can remember them.
Aye, so that way, even if the Store Forge thing happens, then we will still be able to remember it the next day. Good eye plan.
And you still remember everything, clearly.
At this point, do I feel any effects?
Not yet.
Okay. I still remember everything up till, and understood everything up to the past hour ago, and then now I still remember everything, but I don't rightly know where I am.
I go back to beating, and I'm gonna like do that until my normal closing hour, where I would just go curl up in a corner for the night, and instead of that, I'll write while I listen to him.
In the hall, Torvekek, you see people are all set at tables, eating, drinking, talking about the battle, talking about the fight. There isn't really much else to talk about. You can see, you kind of spot Roderick. He's eating, drinking, acting as if everything's normal, but you see him every now and then. He'll just kind of do a side eye at Torvekek, and he'll kind of look at you and then look at your food, like kind of indicating, like, "Hey, man, you gotta partake," you know.
I'll be eating. I don't know what I'm eating, but I'll be eating it.
Bunch of like breads. There's oranges, apples. There's meat. You get big old chicken legs. They're like, you know, hefty. Just grog, a bunch of ale and mead, and actually, I need a resolve check from Torvekek.
Oh, you're just really trying to screw me over this session, ain't you?
Maybe, maybe not.
Maybe.
There it is. Hey!
There is 3 different kinds of brews. There's a brown brew, a yellow brew, and a green brew. Which one is Torvekek partaking with?
Always go for the brown brew.
Brown brew? Okay.
Reminds me of the green dragon.
Torvekek, you get slightly intoxicated on a brew that is not of this world. You have never tasted anything like this before. It feels like a punch in the face.
Oh, finally something I haven't tasted before.
You take a drink and you take a drink and you almost like fall backwards as you're like, Jesus fuck! Like, it just feels like someone literally just like punched you in the face.
Yes. Yeah.
The night passes on, and evening comes, and Torvekek, you see that everyone's just kind of sleeping in this main hall. You know, laying on benches, laying on tables, laying on floors. As you see Roderick, not wearing, you know, sword and armor and everything, basically just in his clothes, is moving out, opening one of the doors, and slipping outside.
So he's slipping outside without
That what?
Anybody notice?
Yeah.
What did you say? Okay. So he's slipping outside without anybody noticing. Is what he's trying to do.
Yeah. He left the main hall.
I guess I'm supposed to follow him, aren't I?
You agreed to meet at the pen. It's up to you what you want to do.
Yep. Here we go.
All right. You're heading out as well?
Yup.
All right. Meanwhile, over at the... I'm guessing you guys went off to the pen once you were done. Adarag, you went with him?
Yes.
Okay. So you guys are both at the pen. Do you guys sleep? Do you stay up?
At the pen?
Yeah.
Well, we're waiting for... I guess you're saying we get there and they're not there.
They're not there yet. Were you going to go to
Adarag
sleep
would
or
be-
stay up?
I think Adarag would be staying up, trying to tell Gnimwirt about these things and letting.
Yeah.
Still going on? Okay. Perfect.
Yeah, I think I'm like writing stuff down, and then as I like finish a parchment or something, I like fold it up and like hide it in my shoe or in my clothes somewhere, you know.
All right. Eventually, some time passes. Evening comes. Darkness has fallen. Some more time passes. And finally, you hear some footsteps approaching.
Adarag like turns into like some hay.
As you see not only Roderick approach, you see Arwen approach and Torvekek. You see when Torvekek approaches, he kind of stumbles a little, catches himself, and then keeps walking. As the 3 approach, they sit outside the bars, and is closed and sealed. You guys are sat inside the bars.
How did we get in?
It was open when you guys approached. It closes and seals at night.
Oh,
Yep. You are locked in. That is your cell.
is that where I would normally sleep?
Yeah, that's where you sleep every
see.
night.
Okay.
So they sit outside the bars, and Arwen goes, Told you I would see you again. And what? How are things?
Things are weird.
Hmm.
As I'm sure Roderick has told you.
He has. He's informed me you've found a stickman, a tree person.
He more found me, but
At
yes.
this point, Adarag pops out. Aye, right here.
Oh my, you weren't kidding. It really is a talking tree. You've never
Pleasure to
come
meet
through
you.
my office. Who are you and where did you come from? Roderick puts an arm on her shoulder and he goes, "That's what we're trying to figure out. You arrived on the battlefield, spawned from the sky in front of me. Don't think the specters, the servants. He knows he's here."
Aye. So, I hear that there might be some way out of here, and I would very much appreciate that.
We know where he teleported in at. What we want to know is how to teleport out. Anyone here know how to teleport?
Well, we've had a couple of run-ins with portals in my day.
How'd you do that?
Well, the first one, there was a large explosion. I caused it.
How?
Second one, well,
Portals don't just spawn. There must have been something.
Torvekek.
Do you remember what 3 people told us?
The 3 people... Aye, they said that the door must be open for both sides.
Right. So, find 3, and hopefully my other half will be in position to open 3 on the other side, maybe, possibly. That is just idea. I don't know how we would do it, but this is only viable option I know right now. Yes?
I don't follow everything he's saying. Plus, I'm pretty sure he's drunk. But where
On
you
this side,
teleported in at,
being dwarf.
there was no tree besides you.
Aye.
As we're talking about all the teleportation, I become acutely aware of just a mark that's been on my neck, and I have no idea why, and I'm just like rubbing it. It's kind of hurting. From getting decapitated by a portal.
Oh. I was like, what?
Oh, do you
Uh.
think you could possibly be Portal Thing?
Adarag looks down at his chest like, I don't want to try.
Sorry, I'm slightly inebriated. But,
Oh, you
I
finally
did.
found a drink.
I did. It was amazing.
I'm
Little
very
ones.
happy for you.
I don't know what the fuck you all are talking about.
Okay, so
We
we
need to
ran
figure this
into
out.
talking. We ran into talking 3 people. They turned him into Twig.
Aye.
It was complicated.
Now you know the tree guy.
Yes,
Aye.
Fair enough.
he cut his own head off to try and find this one, and I have no idea how I ended up following him, but I'm here.
What I want to know is how you teleport. We know where you teleport,
Let's see.
but how?
Have you ever seen an ashen tree in these parts?
No.
Damn.
Well, there goes that idea.
Have you ever seen any runes in these areas?
No. And as he says no, you see Arwen's eyebrow raise. Why?
Well, the places that we've portaled through in the past are gates that are usually marked with some sort of runic symbol. I can't read them myself, but I know what they look like.
I don't have any runes, or know of any. But I know someone who does.
And that might be.
A rune scribe came through my door once upon a time.
Once upon a time.
Someone who creates runes.
I see. Is this person still here?
They are.
And what might be the challenge of getting them?
They're in the other army.
I see. How does this army thing work? I saw a lot of chanting, and I was terrified out of my mind to try to take in the situation. What is this happening that's going on?
Out of all the fights I've been in, it's actually been one of my favorites.
So you're saying there's a rune that teleports?
Aye. Now, whether you split it or you activate it somehow, I don't rightly know. That might be more in the field of the rune maker, but I do know that there is one that
RuneScribe could get us the rune. Problem is, none of us know how to use it. Needs an energy source to activate, and it would tear apart any normal mortal being.
The Soulforge, like that kind of energy source.
Absolutely, but can't take the Soulforge. It's connected to the realm. Oh, so massive.
But could we harness some of the energy?
You're a craftsman. Could you make a Soulforge? A small one, just enough to activate the rune.
I'm gonna rack my brain for any engineering past ideas I've had and see if I can think of something.
After everything you've been going on with Adarag, things are starting to, like, gears are starting to almost, like, get put back into place and click. And things are starting to connect, and you're like, I don't know how, but I feel like I could, you know?
Adarag's going to chime in with, "Of course he can."
You feel
He's
like
Gnimwirt.
you would need to see a Soulforge before you could just build one.
Where is this giant Soulforge you speak of?
Locked up in the keep. Would need a
Could I see it?
would need a thief to be able to get in there to see that.
Well, he said he's a smuggler.
Everyone, well, I can't speak for everyone. The two NPCs here, Roderick and Arwen, both turn and look at the tree.
Aye, that might be something I could do.
So, Tree, you could get eyes on the Soulforge. Gnimwirt, you could build a mini one. Be able to activate a rune. We need someone to get to the other side of the battle. Find this rune scribe. Be able to get the rune from him. People know me. I have to lead the troops. You, however, are new. Dwarf, what do you say?
I mean, I'm not the most stealthy. I could maybe cause distraction or make holes when needed.
It's a
But I
battlefield.
don't think. Yeah,
Not a lot
yeah.
of stealth going on.
I mean, for him to get through, I could guard him, I suppose. But I mean,
We don't
he's
need the
got-
rune scribe. We need the rune.
But I thought we were talking about getting Little Man 2 rune scribe.
We just need to get one of our guys onto the other side of the battlefield to get the rune from the rune scribe.
So, kill rune scribe, or do we need him alive? I mean, is he
Suppose
going
that's up to
have-
you. As long as you get the
I mean-
rune.
I was asking if he has it on him or if he's got to make it. Is why I was asking.
He would most likely need to make it, but he's a rune scribe. He could do it on the spot. You just need to tell him what type of rune and convince him to do it.
Yeah,
The problem then is activating it.
I was going to say other problem is me convincing him to do it because my normal ways of convincing people isn't going to work if what I saw earlier was a thing because somebody just popped their head back on and it was...
If he gets us out of here, I'll trust you, dwarf. So then the problem is, who activates the rune? Oh, when you said it will rip an Immortal human apart. More than likely, it would tear the flesh from your bones. We need protection at best.
Twig man, what did the three people say exactly when they turned you into three?
Well, they
Because
said...
I don't remember. My memory's been going bad for some reason.
Well, they said that I must... Well, taking their blessing, I must swear to... Well, defeat... get rid of this corruption here.
Right. But did they say anything about hanging on to your mortal soul, or making it where you could use runes or anything like that?
That didn't quite come up in the conversation.
I'm out of ideas and I'm drunk, so I can't really help much more than that. You know, when we said you guys were doing all this smart adventuring, I didn't imagine I'd be caught up in it.
Someone else spoke, Adarag?
Did that come up in the
No.
conversation? No. Yeah. Didn't think so.
And then what? You've been quiet. What do you say? Got a solution for this?
Well, I would imagine the runekeeper wouldn't just know the rune, they would know how to use it, right?
Rune scribes are tricky. Ancient traditions passed down through lineages. They may not know how to use runes at all. But regardless, it's in their blood. They can write. They can make them.
Well, here's what I'm hearing. Adarag goes to see the Soul Forge, and I'll tell him what I need to know from it. I'll build a small version of this Soul Forge, which will power our operation here. Torvekek goes across the battlefield to the rune scribe and collects the rune and has to bring it back. And the question we're left with is activation of it. And
They'll have the rune forge to power.
Soul Forge.
That's what I said. You meant, yeah. You'll have the soul forge to power. Activate it. But once we activate it, it'll rip you apart. We need protection. Got enough parts and materials here. Can't build something.
I mean, I'm quite proficient at building armor, but that's more for stopping blades, not godly teleportation forces. I could build us a sort of barrier or shield. Is it like an initial blast, or is it a sustained
You
going
just
through the
need
portal?
to keep it from ripping the skin off your bones. A suit of armor might suffice.
Okay.
So, this rune, is it just supposed to be a teleportation rune, or are you going to draw it out so I can...
The tree says he knows of a teleportation rune. So,
Okay, I'll just get it from him then.
tell the rune scribe you need a rune that teleports.
Got it.
I believe I could fashion up some armor. I've actually got a bunch made that could probably work. I just need to modify it to cover all the skin.
Rebecca kind of just
And
sneaks.
what might you need from the... And what might you need from the... to know about the Soul Forge?
I need to know dimensions of, width and height, and I need to know the color, because that'll probably tell me how hot to keep the center of it.
Arwen will speak up. She's like, Tree, If you can get in, I will go with you. I can sketch a drawing of it to the best of my ability. Would that help?
That would be most beneficial, because, well, I'm not rightly one with the. I'm not good with a pen.
Or words. No, I'm just kidding. Just like, I can sketch. I can at least give us a better idea. Would that help, Gnimwirt?
As she's talking about this, Gnimwirt, just without even thinking, just his hand goes up to his ear, and it fumbles out this pen gadget that's just always been on his ear. And he holds it up. He's like, I don't know where I got this, but it seems whenever I need to document dimensions or how to build something, this just helps me do it perfectly. You better take this and use it when you draw the forge.
She kind of takes it and looks it over, and she goes, "This is fine quality. I will. I'll bring it back."
I'll want that back, but for the time being, I think it's better in your hands.
And with that, you guys have something of a plan. Torvekek to, well, we'll start with Adarag to get Arwen into basically breaking into the Soul Forge to document, sketch it for Gnimwirt. Gnimwirt to build a suit of armor to protect him when activating a rune. And then the Soul Forge to power it. Mini Soul Forge to power it. Roderick to clear the battlefield and help get Torvekek across to the other side so that Torvekek can go find the rune scribe and convince him to give you a rune of teleportation. That sound right?
Sorry, I'm taking notes.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say, as Gnimwirt, I think that leaves one job that we haven't talked about. Sir Roderick.
Yes.
All these things are, how do I put lightly, not in our normal activities, I'll
Not
say.
at all.
Can you help to keep our trail hidden and keep eyes off of what we're doing to accomplish this?
He kind of looks out and he looks back and goes, I have some friends out there. I will gather them tomorrow. We will cause a scene.
Understood.
So, question slightly off topic, and it may just be that wonderful ale talking. But you said your name is Arwen, right?
I am.
Any relation to Arwen's Rest?
As in when I sleep.
No, as in the town.
I have never heard of it.
Okay. Was just wondering.
Well, we settled then.
So, doing this tomorrow then? Or today? Tomorrow? In the morning? Later?
The battle can cause a big enough distraction. We can get Torvekek to the other side. While the battle's going on, Arwen and, Tree. What's your name?
My name's Adarag.
Adarag.
Pleasure to meet you.
Ah, that's your name. I keep forgetting.
They'll go find the Soul Forge. Hopefully, during all this time, between now and when we're ready to go. Then what you'll be working on suit of armor and then Soul Forge to power it, yeah?
Yep. I'll start preparing materials tomorrow and make the armor. I'm assuming all 5 of us are going together, assuming this works.
You best not leave me behind, Gnimwirt. We're brothers in this.
Understood.
and he'll get up and get ready to head back, and he's like, best be getting back. And as he heads off, Arwen, you see, anyone who wants to can roll a scrutinize on her as she gives another facial expression. As she kind of looks over the four of you still there, and then out to her husband walking away. And,
I'll do an awareness check. Sorry. If that's what you're asking.
Scrutinize check.
Scrutinize, yeah, I'll do it.
Alright, you're doing one?
Yeah.
Nope. Did anyone want to re-roll? Or no?
No.
I'll give it a reroll.
Alright.
Even though I get the lowest chance at it.
Oh,
I know Jack
I
shit.
think he's a great woman.
Torvekek's falling asleep.
Yeah.
Arwen looks over all of you and up to her husband and looks back and she... I wish us all the best. Stay safe.
Oh, I wish you the
You're
best.
asleep. And she'll head off as well.
Tomorrow, ma'am.
Chess says, fuck it, I'm rolling a scrutinize check. We'll never know, chat. We'll never know. See, this is where it would help if we were talking about Adise and Fred, you were there as well, where chat could bless you and flip one of those to a crit success or something, but we don't have it.
Well,
But anyways, we're gonna head into another quick break as we move on to the next day. Hopefully you guys are all enjoying so far. Let us know in chat and in the comments, and we'll be back in just a minute. All right, let's get back into it. So you guys came up with a battle plan. You guys came up with an idea of what you wanted to do. Everyone went off the bed except for Torvekek, who made his own bed. The next day comes. The horn blows. Soldiers get up and start heading out to their battle. People get up, start getting back to their jobs and their work. As the armies begin to... I apologize, guys. As the armies begin to... The doors open to the castle and the armies pile out, heading down the hill. They begin to pick up pace. Gnimwirt, you're already at work at this point. You're already at the blacksmith's forge, getting the forge going, getting ready. You see Roderick at the front of the charge. And you see him pull up his sword. And as he draws out his sword, you see about 20 other people all pull their swords out. And kind of rally around him and charge down into the beginning of the battle. Torvekek, where are you at? Slept
I
in.
don't really. It's just an open field, so I don't know really what to
Still
say
a little
about
hungover.
Are you
slightly hungover.
Are you in the castle? Are you on the battlefield? Are you with a group of guys charging?
I'm on the battlefield. I got things to do.
I got things to do, man. All right, so they're all charging down into the battle. So Gnimwirt, you're over there working. Where's Adarag? Is Gnimwirt's getting the forge going and getting hammering?
Well, everybody's still like running past and stuff. I'd imagine Adarag is still kind of hiding in the grasses behind the canopy area of the blacksmith's forge, waiting for everybody to go out to battle to go and try to find Arwen afterwards.
I am going to be a bad DM. I was responding to one of my players in Discord, one of you guys. I didn't hear what you said. I'm going to put this down. I'll respond to that in a second. Tell me again what you said.
Yeah, so I'm going to be hiding kind of in the grasses behind the canopy area of Gnimwirt's forge until I know that everybody's kind of gone out to battle, and then I'm going to go find Arwen.
Perfect. Okay. I'm going to respond to this real quick.
Sorry, this is hard to DM because there's a lot going on.
There is, yeah. It's I'll get it. Okay, got that. Hopefully that works. Perfect. So we've got Roderick alongside like 20 other people and a dwarf charging down the hill towards the battle. You've got Gnimwirt getting the forge going in the morning sun, the dew coming off the grass as the sun rises up over this battlefield. You've got Adarag slinking through the grass behind the tent. And meanwhile, in a window inside the castle, Arwen moves about her office. Who wants to go first?
I'm good for whatever.
I guess Adarag first is once he's seen everybody kind of go past, he's going to try to make his move up to Arwen's rest.
Okay. So Adarag, you're making your way into the castle. Are you trying to sneak?
Yes.
Go ahead and give me a stealth roll.
Okay. Do I have any bonuses to this?
No.
Standard cross.
Yep. Would you like to reroll?
Yes.
Would you like to reroll?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Adarag's moving into the castle, trying to stealth.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to need... Adarag, I am going to need a...
Awareness?
Go ahead and give me a folklore check.
Okay.
You don't mind. Okay.
There we go.
We are going to say you sat and talked with Arwen for a second last night to understand how to find her. Like where to go in the castle to get to her. And then from there she could lead you to where guys need to go. And so following those directions, you don't find anyone else in the castle. So you're not sure if your stealth is stealthing or there's just no one here to hear you. As you move, you come to a set of doors.
I'm going to...
This is the set of doors you were supposed to be going to.
Okay. I'm going to try to... I'll just knock once
Okay.
on the door.
As you do, it kind of creaks open, and then you see Arwen's face pop around the other side. She'll open up the door, and you see what looks to be an office/library, a bunch of books. Seems like almost record keeping. And she goes, "Good, you made it. Did anyone see you?"
I don't think so, but it's pretty empty in here.
Is it?
Oh, I followed the path you told me to, and seemed to be nobody there.
Okay. Well, we best not take our time. She's gonna head off. Do you follow?
Yes.
Alright. You guys move down corridors and kind of down into a courtyard, up into like what looks to be almost like a throne room. Behind the throne room, down another corridor, and you come to a sealed door. Locked door. She goes, "Your turn, thief."
All right. Nimble fingers, don't fail me now.
You have 1 fortune point.
Okay. I'm going to use my lock-picking set to try to open the door.
Absolutely. This is going to be a routine lockpick check.
Okay. How do I use my lockpicks?
It's going to be a skullduggery check.
Okay. Routine, you said?
Routine difficulty. Oh, by 1%. Would you like to reroll? As you chink,
Yeah, I'm gonna reroll.
Tries again. Click! The door unlocks. You open up the door, and you immediately get hit with a woof, 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 as a pulsing fluctuates in this purple room. As inside, you see a spiral vortex warping around the center of the room, and it's just a pit that's bottomless. And zoom, 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 as just weird, almost like spectral-like things whirl around this blue fog, this purple mist.
Sorry, taking notes.
Go ahead. She will go in and begin sketching. She looks at you and she goes, I've never seen this before. This is
what you need.
terrifying.
I can feel the force from here.
Is she using my special pen?
She is. She is doodling with the special pen. What are you doing while she does this, Adarag?
I'm keeping an eye out for anybody that might be on our tail or trying to, like, tail us.
Awareness check.
Oh. Well, maybe
Imagine if that was one roll before.
Chat calls you. Chat even's like, lucky. You shut the door. You're not able to see anyone else who's coming.
That'll
Like,
keep them
I'll
out.
go make sure no one's following us. Shuts the door. She sketches. We're gonna zoom out of that. We're gonna go over to volunteer.
Torvekek.
You volunteer Torvekek. Okay, we're
I
going
did
in.
raise my hand.
You did. I saw it. Yeah, we're going into Torvekek. Torvekek. Roderick's gonna hit the field, throwing bodies. Him and his like 20 men go charge in, and start fighting. Torvekek, I'm gonna need a check from you on how well you do getting across this battle. Go ahead and add yourself to the combat encounter. Got a 15 this time, boy. Woo! 10.
Damn.
A soldier comes running at you, halberd in hand, swings. I can't actually see. He misses. I'm gonna re-roll that. Oh fuck.
Oh.
Does 8 damage do anything to you? As remember, you're fully healed now.
Would I have my armor back too?
You do have your armor back.
You were both paired it last
Then
night.
no, it would do nothing.
All right. Make sure equip that. Okay. Does it miss you or does it glance off of you? Blocked by
It
armor.
would. My damage threshold is 9, so it'd glance. I think.
Okay. He slams into you. You bounce it off with your shield and barrel in. It's your turn. What do you do?
Would I have the charge thing?
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay.
You're just charging this round. Yep.
Alright, have a additional fear die.
Shit.
Crit success.
All right. Nothing I can do.
So-
What's your damage?
So crit success can't be,
block and
Parry.
parry. Yeah. So I don't even have a chance to parry this.
but he blocked it with the shield. Yours.
No, he didn't get through my armor. Is what it was.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay.
basically I just didn't do enough damage.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, that was just flavor. But yeah, I do see your point.
Okay. I haven't done much combat, so
11
good.
damage.
You stab into this guy. Do you want to keep fighting him or push on through?
Push on through to the
Alright.
other side.
Give me an athletics check.
Oh boy,
Travel through to the other side.
failure.
Would you like to reroll?
We only have the one fortune point, right?
Currently, yes.
At the moment.
What do you guys think?
I used 2, so you're good.
sure.
Oh, okay. Nope, wasn't worth it.
He's blocking your path. He is gonna swing at you again. Fuck. I'm gonna reroll that. Alright, I'm gonna allow you to, try and parry this.
Damn.
Alright, so I get to do damage. I'm guessing a 7 doesn't do anything to you.
Nope.
I'm gonna explode that with fortune. Does a 12 do
Holy
anything
shit.
to you?
It
Oh,
gets
actually,
through the armor.
Sorry, I should have exploded that with misfortune, so that gives you an extra one.
It gets through the armor, but only puts me down 1, I guess.
Okay, so that brings you to lightly wounded. As he clangs into you, and this one, he, like, shoves even deeper. He pushes on it, driving it through one of the gaps in your armor. That brings it to your turn. You need to break free of this guy.
Damn it.
Would you like to reroll?
Yep.
Would you like to
Damn it.
reroll?
Nope.
Okay. You swing, you can't break free of him. I don't have his stuff on the game, so I am going to bring in...
Torvekek.
We're not in
Don't
this...
do that. It just makes it worse.
I'm gonna fail harder.
There's a weird chanting from a halfway Torvekek,
Somewhere far away.
from the sky.
He thinks it makes it better, but it actually makes it much worse.
It's falling from the sky randomly. No one can explain.
Here we go. You are not out there on the field alone. One of Roderick's men slams into the halberd guy who's fighting you and shoves him to the ground, bringing up his own axe, cleaving it down into his body, and moving on to keep fighting. Torvekek, I'm gonna need another athletics check to see if you can push through this fight.
Man, you're really going for all the things I'm not good at.
Get good, bro. I don't... Would you like to reroll?
Hey, I finally succeeded at something.
At the limit.
As you
Yeah, I know.
push free and dive over these guys, Roderick actually catches you as you're like diving over, catches you, and sets you upright. And as he's you're diving and being moved through, and he sets you upright, kind of helping to make sure that you get through. I'm gonna give you one quick glance of the battlefield. You get one quick kind of overlook, because remember, Roderick stands taller than everyone else. So for a second there, you're taller than everyone else. And you get one quick glance of the battlefield. You are going to get one warfare roll to see if you can survey the battlefield and find a path through.
Okay, so what roll do I need to make?
Warfare.
Hey, it's actually something I have trained.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck.
Womp. Do you want to reroll?
Do it. Oh no!
Damn.
Thanks
don't-
for trying, Wrath.
You don't get enough of a glance as you are set back down. And as you are, all of a sudden, right? An arrow flies past you. Another one impacts with you. But I think it gets lodged in your armor.
That's my damage threshold.
Yeah,
so
it
I
needs
don't
to,
know.
it needs to beat it. Meeting it doesn't beat it. So, an arrow flies past you. Another one hits you in the armor. Kind of lodged in. You can snap it off and keep moving.
Gnimwirt's armor is really good.
Gnimwirt's armor is really good, bro. I need, you're not currently engaged with anyone, so you don't need to fight. Unless you want to run up to someone and start fighting them. Or an athletics check to keep barreling through this. You are having assistance, though.
Yay.
Hey.
Sweet. I'm going to give you 2 successes there, as 2 of Roderick's guys come through and start basically shoulder checking people. You've got like blockers as if this was football, and you're running along. Meanwhile, we're gonna zoom out. The clangs of battle, the bloodshed, blood just spraying everywhere. We move over to dink, dink, dink. The quiet, resolute, just stalwart worker, Gnimwirt. What are you doing?
So, um, normally on a day like this, I'd be, fashioning armor, fixing swords that are broken, all the, catching up from all the previous day's battles.
Mm-hmm.
But today is different. So last night, Adarag, the Twig Man, and we were stuck in the pen because it was closed for the evening, and that's where we were. And so we ended up staying up and talking a long time, and it sparked a lot of my memories. One of the things I remember is I had a bag of possessions when I came here, and a long time ago I had set it down, but Adarag kind of helped talk me through like things I had, and I remember this now. So in the morning, first thing when I got into the shop, I went over to my bag of possessions and I started going through it, and there were all these designs of like, random things, like a big cage for a wagon and like random light posts, and there's like a device to like walk, like some sort of boot thing, and there's all the kinds of designs. And then I pulled out one that just looked way more complicated than any other, and I suddenly just like had this moment of like, I know what I need to do, and I pulled that out and I got to work. Now instead of like the normal blacksmithing of like, tempering blades and stuff, like there's a lot of forge welding going on, but it doesn't look like normal armor. It's a lot of like, welding these like sturdy steel things together. I've got all the materials I need here. And so I'm just working away at constructing whatever's on these plans.
Perfect. Yeah, you've got schematics. You're not quite sure how they all work together, but you're putting it together. It's getting pieced together. Meanwhile, we zoom out. We're going to zoom in on Adarag and Arwen as she goes, "Done. Can we get out of here?"
Yeah.
Perfect. Is the door clear? We have to get out.
Right. Adarag's gonna try the door.
It's locked. Seems like it locks when it closes.
At least he's on the inside where he can unlock it, right?
Nope. We're gonna need a skullduggery check at routine difficulty.
Would I have any memory of like the pin location? So
you have one fortune point. Do not fuck this up.
Routine
difficulty.
Holy shit!
And saved the fortune point. First try. Click. Doors open. Do you and Arwen flee?
What's that?
Do you and Arwen flee?
Fly, you fool!
I'm going to first check outside, make sure the coast is clear before we,
It seems like an empty hallway.
All right, then yes, we're going to start making our way. I'm going to try to keep an eye out for anything that's up ahead.
Would you like to be stealthy?
I would like to be stealthy.
Let's get a stealth roll. Crit success. She doesn't have to roll. As you two scuttle out of here. We're gonna zoom out. You've won that that scenario. We're gonna move over to Torvekek. Torvekek, I need an awareness check.
Are you sure?
I'm absolutely sure.
Oh!
Jesus Christ, let's go! Torvekek, you break free, pushing through these bodies, kind of shoving people over, running through, and you run up, and you see Wilfer standing in front of you, fighting on the other army's team. You see him casting something from his hand. It's burned into his hand, sending out fire. And you see his whole arm just erupts and decays and rots, kind of burnt and charred. He looks up and sees you. What do you say to this man openly using a rune right in front of you? The tall elf that you've conversed with many times before seems to have no recollection of you as he looks up and sees you.
Why is it always me? So he's not the rune guy, is he?
He just wrote a rune into his hand and used it, blowing up his own arm in the process.
Okay, cool. He is the rune guy. Wonderful. Fuck.
What do you say to Wilfer, your longtime traveling companion, who seems to be fighting for the enemy army?
I don't suppose I could convince you to help, would I?
You see he quickly brings a knife and starts driving carving into his other hand.
I didn't think so. I don't suppose you remember the dwarf, do you? As I start running towards him.
Sees you running, he's like, "What are you talking about?"
I'm talking about Arwen's Rest! And you running. And us killing the ones that were running after you. As I'm still charging him.
He seems to have no recollection of you or what you're talking about.
I guess I'll just have to beat some sense into you, yeah?
Okay, are you going to attack the rune scribe with your axe?
Not with the axe, no. I'm just gonna smack him in the face with the shield.
Okay. Do you have that attack?
No, I didn't think that was something I would have to have specifically.
Are you trying to attack him? What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to get him to stop carving the rune into his hand.
Let's get an intimidate check. I think that's
a
the route
shield to
you're
the
trying
face usually will do
Let's
that,
try,
though.
let's try an intimidate check.
Alright. Interrogation, don't need that.
Is it? Oh, wait. Am I misremembering?
There's intimidate.
Knockout, maybe?
Yeah, intimidate. It is on there.
Hey!
You run up and smash him in the face with your shield, kind of dazing him, and he's like, "What do you want, dwarf?"
I need a rune.
What rune?
A teleportation rune.
The teleport?
Yes.
Why? Who will that kill?
It's not going to kill anyone. It's going to get us the fuck out of here.
What do you mean, dwarf?
I mean, it's going to get us out of this hellhole that is never-ending battle.
Roll a scrutinize check.
Hey!
You see that he starts looking around, trying to find someone, and he's like, "They will come for you, dwarf. Where are they?"
Where is who?
You've heard mention of the servants, basically wraith-like beings that serve whoever the person is who rules this place. And this guy Wolfer seems to be wanting to summon them after hearing you're trying to escape.
Don't make me beat the sense into you, please. I've had the urge many times before. Do you not remember Grankle?
That'll be nothing compared to what they do to you.
So, I always knew that chaos magic was annoying, but you're taking it to another level, you know?
Do you get the rune from him, or are the servers coming to mutilate you? This is make or break. I need a roll to see.
What?
Are you getting the
What is it,
rune,
roll?
or I need to know what you're doing. Are you waiting and fighting him, or are you getting the rune from him?
I'm trying to get the rune.
Okay, how would you like to do that? Convincing him, charming him, intimidating him, fighting him?
I don't know.
Basically, you told him my plan is to escape, and he goes, well, that's illegal. Cops?
That's ironic coming from him.
Yeah, absolutely, I know.
Shit, well, I gotta shut him up somehow. I don't guess intimidate would work, because it would fucking... He's just gonna wake up the next morning, right?
What? You just need him to make a rune for you right now.
Yes, but I'm thinking ahead. If
we
we don't escape tonight, then he's gonna tell somebody, and it fucking...
True, so you better escape tonight. But you know you won't escape if you don't get this rune.
Fuck. Neither intimidation or charm is something I'm trained in, so
okay.
It's either or on that one, and trying to attack him isn't gonna help that.
I'm not trained in skullduggery.
I need something.
I'm thinking, Wrath!
Time's going!
uh...
Servers are on their way.
You're not helping. I guess I'm
Pressure's
going
on.
to try and charm him.
Okay, after punching him in the face with your shield and saying that you're trying to escape, you're going to charm him. I want to know what you say, and I need a roll. You have 1 fortune point.
This is what happens when you rush people, Wrath. They make bad decisions.
This is the moment we're in. It's coming down to the wire, and we only have 20 minutes left of this game, and I need to get you guys to his place.
So, after everything we've done for you, after we help you escape from the people trying to charge you, to kill you, your first thought is to call the authorities on me? Is that really? Instead of helping? The one time I ask for something from you. Is this what it's going to be? I know you probably don't remember, but there's got to be something in that elf noggin of yours.
Roll a charm check.
Fuck. Son of a bitch.
36% chance.
Oh,
Is there anything else you want to say before you reroll?
get him out of there too.
He doesn't seem like he wants to leave. Is the problem.
You can try.
You can try.
It's not like we'd be leaving you here either if you wanted to come back with us to, not be murdering and getting killed every day constantly. Just in case that wasn't something you wanted to do.
I'm going to tell you this. You are going to reroll with your last fortune point. You need to get... It won't change your actual total chance, but I'm going to tell you, you need a 56 or less. Feel free to reroll when you're ready.
Yes!
Oh my god! Yes! Okay. Torvekek the Charmer. New title. As he looks at you. I'll follow you.
I appreciate it,
Go! They're on their way!
Okay, I'm gone. He takes off.
You're like, well, I really appreciate it. He's not going. I already told him. Torvekek and Wilfer turn, sprint back across the battlefield. Adarag, you're running out of the castle. Gnimwirt, Arwen runs up to you, hands you a sketch. You see the vortex of a soul forge. I am going to need a tradecraft skill from Gnimwirt. Now, You get all your perks and your bonuses. You are great at this, but you have failed before. You have no fortune points remaining. You need a full soul forge to activate not only the rune, but the suit that will embody the rune.
Mm-hmm.
You have one roll at a tradecraft skill.
Just making sure I remember everything correctly. So I add plus 5%.
Yep.
Base chance.
Mm-hmm.
Standard difficulty.
Mm-hmm.
Flip to succeed.
Flip to succeed. Yep.
And that's it.
That's it. That's all of it.
Is there
all right, and this is
I can do to help.
What would you do to help?
Well,
Adarag?
the only person there Arwen, or
everyone's running up at this point, except one.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get to that after your roll.
Okay. Arwen, I need that tool that I gave you in order to do this. And I'm gonna get my pen back, hopefully.
Okay. Yep. She will give you back your multi-tool pen.
Okay. So is this roll to make the armor, or is it to make the soul forge, or is it both?
Both.
Okay.
What would Adarag do to help?
Adarag would probably try to just hype him up, as in like, Gnimwirt, I know that you don't quite understand who you are or where you came from, but you're the best goddamn engineer that I've ever met.
Adarag, you can roll a charm check.
Gilligan, come.
Damn.
Gnimwirt, you feel hyped, but not charmed.
Alright. Well, here we go.
Roll one ready.
Yes!
Oh my god! As you piece together the soul forge, and you're piecing together the suit, they're all standing over watching, except one. As all of a sudden, you realize the battle is quiet. There is no ongoing warfare. Instead, there is a scene. Up at the castle, standing outside the castle gates, you see about a 10-foot tall figure, all clad in armor, large spiked helmet, holding Roderick in its hand. Roderick is beaten to a pulp, just bloody and like eyes almost like falling out, skin's like peeled off, just flayed. I. His voice echoes out across the battlefield, sending out waves. The grass kind of blows. Am he. Do not defy me. You serve the great, undying army. The end of times. For all glory. Do not be like this scum. He has taken responsibility for acts of treason against me. And it's at this point, for anyone who is watching, Arwen is crying. As you see her husband, Roderick, is literally falling apart. His skin's like melting off. His bones are like rotting as the defiled corpse is thrown and a spike launches out of the ground through the body. And the body is hung in the sky as a sign. Roderick is dead. We come down to the final moments. The suit is made, the soul forge installed, the rune inscribed on the arm by Wilfer implanted into the arm of the suit. However, nothing happens. The soul forge is not on. What do you guys do?
Well, sir.
As
What's
the
the
armies turn and look at the blacksmith shop.
Guys, it's about to get very, very difficult.
All right, Adarag, grab that bag and everybody stand back
You just see Arwen's just on her knees, like crying.
and pull her away. I don't want any of us to. Only I can withstand this blast.
I've got it. He grabs the
Remember,
bag.
the soul forge isn't on. Your suit isn't powered.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to. Okay, this is a stretch, so you tell me, Wrath. But I'm hoping that one of my schematics could have been. Well, here, let me look at my trappings real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Whatever's about to happen, Adarag's going to take Arwen and try to like pull her aside to like a safe area.
Okay.
In my pack, I had these grenade devices. Now they were tailored to be sound grenades, but given we were in the forge, I figured I would have had everything I needed to make black powder. And the idea is I would have modified one of these grenades to be the catalyst to ignite the Soul Forge once it was built.
I will allow you to have modified a grenade. However, you do not know how to start the soul forge.
I'm hoping the grenade could.
It's at this point that Arwen seems to be whimpering something. Adarag's the only one close enough to hear it.
I would like to listen.
You hear a very familiar phrase. Kill me. Kill me. He needs a soul.
We're about to have a large number of souls here.
Only Adarag can hear her.
Okay.
But you've heard this before.
Mm-hmm. Adarag is going to take his stiletto and may you rest peacefully, my friend, and stab her with the stiletto in the heart.
I'm gonna need a roll. You might miss. No, I'm just kidding.
Maybe.
Oh
shit.
man,
Sorry,
I really
sorry,
wanted
sorry.
to get to know her.
Damn it! Sorry. Oops. Yes.
As you just sorry. You stab her. And she gives up. Adarag, or Gnimwirt, you're over there fashioning up a grenade ready. As you, it's ready to blow, and you see a spectral white strand blow into the back of your suit where the soul forge is mounted, and your suit seems to have powered on.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're getting closer.
All right, stand back. And I'm going to activate my rune.
Okay, I'm assuming you're inside the suit then.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
some reason, I was just picturing you were outside of it. But
No, I've been wearing it since everyone got here.
I'll say this going forward: trying to do your tradecraft stuff isn't going to work inside the suit.
Okay.
It's too OP. You would have to get outside your suit to like work on it and do stuff. You know. You
Okay.
need the nimbleness of your fingers. But regardless, you're able to get in your suit, no problem. You get in the suit, it closes up, and what do Torvekek and Adarag do?
I'm still watching the giant army coming towards us. So
Two giant armies coming towards you.
Yeah, two giant armies coming towards us. I figured they just grouped into one. It was one giant army.
Fair. Yep.
Are there any articles or things on Arwen that I recognize?
What are you referencing?
So I'm referencing like if there was maybe like so in the photo of the two people in the castle, was there any like prominent like necklace or a bracelet or something that kind of like showed the like as like a proof of royalty sort of thing? Thinking like is it so long term like thinking maybe something of that was like lost to the histories that maybe could help to restore some of the peace.
I'll give you this. I need an awareness check. You're limited on time. You're gonna search her. There is something to find.
Mm-hmm.
If you found it. With a crit success, yeah, you found it. You pull out, I don't know what you were searching for, but within her bra, you pull out a letter. A folded up, it seems like an ancient letter, written long, long ago. It's very faded. You can see just from it folded up, like the parts that you can see are faded. But maybe the interior is still somewhat protected. You don't have time, well, you can't read. You don't have time to learn how to read. But you now carry a folded up love letter.
Gnimwirt just stops. All right, so this is A. This is
I'll add that to my trappings.
Perfect. Torvekek, you're watching the army. Gnimwirt, what are you doing? As Wilfer kind of walks around and kind of hugs one of the legs.
Yeah, so I'm gonna kind of like use the suit to like shield off the guys and tell them like hold on to something but stay away from the rune, and I'm gonna hold the arm out away from everyone and I'm going to activate it once everyone's touching.
Adarag?
Yep. Hand on.
Torvekek?
I'm gonna turn around and like, what the hell did you do?
I'll explain later.
Yeah, you turn around and Arwen's dead.
Yeah. What the hell happened?
She gave her life for this.
Adarag,
Fuck it up.
Adarag, grab her body. We'll bring it back.
I put one of my hands on the on her body.
I
Grab her arm.
I grab her arm just because dwarf.
So wait, you've got Gnimwirt, Adarag holding on to Gnimwirt, holding on to body holding on to Adarag, and holding on to Torvekek.
We're making a chain of teleportation.
Torvekek's gonna be at the back.
What about Wilfer? Is he hanging
He's holding on to Gnimwirt. He's wrapped around Gnimwirt.
Okay, cool.
Gnimwirt, you activate the rune.
I activate the rune.
As a blinding white light envelops all of you, you all become completely blind.
Oh, great. That's what I needed for a Tuesday.
And the next thing you know, it is freezing cold. And you are being pelted in the face with snow and hail and wind just whipping around you. You are stood on top of a mountain. And it is at this point that we will rejoin our companions in the next episode of King's Crossing.
As you zoom out, all you hear is just dwarven curses.
Which is, yeah, this cameras pans off the mountain. You just hear fucking fuck. As we leave our realm traveling adventures atop Mount Starlight. What happens next episode, you'll find out. That's it for this one. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you. Huge shout out to Tough Nuts playing the character known as Gnimwirt, our little creative engineer gnome. To Adiz playing Adarag, our little thief, our halfling smuggler. And to Fred, obviously, playing Torvekek, the most badass little dwarf you've ever seen. Quick thoughts as we wrap up this episode. Any closing remarks from you guys? Chess says, and they freeze to death.
I have a thing for that.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to say, given where we left off, Wrath, you did an incredible job coming up with that story and also telling it, because that would not be an easy thing to set up and go through the whole thing in one session, and you did it phenomenally.
It was good.
So, yeah, well done.
Thank you.
I kind of do want to bring Arwen back, but you know, it works.
We'll make an even grander grave for her next to Griff.
Yeah, I really wanted to get to know her or
Yeah.
them, but
I thought we were going to try to bring back royalty to Arwen's rest.
Hey, we brought your queen back. People that are left alive.
Just hold up a skeleton.
5 of you.
Oh, shit.
Wrath, would it have been possible?
I had never even considered it. When you guys were like, bring her body back, I was like, oh, fuck. Oh. I hadn't even thought of it. So that's why it's cool when you guys come up with ideas, because I never even thought of it. But I had written that, basically, Roderick gave his life because he claimed responsibility. That's what he said. He's like, he claimed responsibility for the treason. Mm-hmm. So he basically, Kain knew treason was happening, and Roderick was like, it's me. I'm the one doing it. So he's the one that got killed. But then Arwen didn't know this. Arwen saw him get killed and was like, fuck. But she knew you needed a soul to power your soul forge. Like, I don't want to be here anymore. Roderick's gone. Kill me. Take my soul. Because if you guys didn't do that, because there is the option, like, you guys don't kill her, don't take her soul. Whose do you take?
What are the giant army of dudes coming at us?
The thing about souls is, Torvekek should know this. If they're not willing, they get a little pissed off and fight back.
Just a little.
So you guys could claim a soul, power the thing, and then the soul says, no, fuck you, breaks free, or, blows it up, or...
I mean, okay, so we could have killed Wilfer. He had a fate point.
He has a fate point. I will not let you kill another player character when they're not here. But
imagine if instead we decided to go to war with Kain.
Bruh. See, that's one of those moments where it's like, and we're wrapping up this season.
Imagine. Well, I mean, there were so many times tonight, like if Torvekek didn't convince Wilfer, or if Adarag didn't pick locks, or if I had missed my tradecraft, like, I don't know what we would have done.
Which, by the way, that was the highest luck possible
was...
for me. Those were flip to fails. I was not trained in skullduggery.
I noticed that because I clicked on your character sheet and I was like, he's not trained in skullduggery.
I'm over here. I hit charm and it's like 36%. Oh, yep, that's not gonna work.
Yeah, I saw the 36 and I was like, that ain't gonna work. But when you said you would bring him back with you, I bumped it up to an easy check, which would be plus 20, so it made it a 56, and you succeeded.
Yeah.
I was like, that's still a hard check, but it is technically almost like a 50-50, so I'm going to give it to you. And...
The problem with those checks, though, is, like, if you fail without any fortune, it's like...
Yeah.
What do we do?
Brings it to the juggling fortunes is... That's why in the fights, I was giving you guys back fortunes. As much as it meant Torvekek might get hit and injured, it was, I'm going to risk that to give you guys back fortunes, because I feel like the fortunes is more valuable than 1 or 2 ticks on Torvekek's health meter.
Yeah. I mean, maybe we overused the fortunes today. Like, we got to save them for moments that like we just can't afford to fail.
We might have used them a little bit much at the beginning, but I think towards the end we
Or
could have
just
used them.
know that I'll give them back, so it's not like you'll be without them. It just might cost you something, like they get to hit and get a crit success. Oh.
I mean, we almost didn't though, like because we were out of fortune points and we had things where we had to succeed and we got lucky. So
It's true. I'll be honest, that was probably one of the most suspenseful games, the episodes we've had, where we're sitting here. Dude, there's like 5 different moments where we're all sitting here like, oh! Like, great game, guys.
Okay.
Great game.
So this is probably a bad take, but one of my favorite parts of this whole episode was me playing the drunk dwarf that doesn't remember everything.
All of you guys' role playing this session, I'd say, was outstanding. You guys really, I threw you into a rough situation where you guys weren't prepared. I feel like you guys took it and ran with it. It was very impressive.
I was intimidated for today's session. I'm not gonna lie.
I
was just like, it's like I didn't know what was gonna come, and I don't know. I thought it went really well.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good session.
Rob, and Fred, you know where Grunkle left off.
Yeah.
At the end of his episode. So I would say one of 2 things is going to happen going forward. Either you guys have a joint episode together, which isn't necessary, so don't feel like it's required. But if you guys want to and it works out, go for it. Or you have separate episodes. I would say in that case, there is either 1 or 2 more episodes of the season. Depending on.
So if it's a joint session, you'd say it's 1 more episode.
1 more episode.
Mm-hmm.
We can try to make that work.
I would like to do a joint.
Yeah, if it could be a joint to end the season on, maybe that would be cool. If we do separate because timing works out that way, that's perfectly fine. Like there'd just be 2 episodes to wrap up this season.
My next question is then, if we're gonna do 2 separate sessions, would Torvekek still be at both or no?
He could be. That's up to you.
And you still don't know if this is the real Torvekek or not.
You don't know if this is the real Torvekek or not.
No, I know, because you said it the last episode. Unless there's some magic bullshit going on.
I feel like Wilfer really missed out on missing today. I mean, it's a bummer. Like, that would have been cool for him.
You guys learned something about Wilfer.
He's a murder hobo.
Yeah, that's it. Not that his family comes from rune scribes.
Rune scribes and and chaos magic.
If Torvekek hated him before, he hates him now.
So anyways, that's it for this episode, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys want, there is going to be an Under the Table on next Monday, whatever that is. On the 22nd, we will be having an Under the Table live at 8 p.m. Eastern Time here on the channel. Those all go up on the YouTube as well. Actually, now I think about it, that would be, if you guys do 2 sessions, that would be their finale. You guys won't have your finale yet, so there wouldn't be an Under the Table. If you guys do a joint session together, then there will be an Either way, there'll be an Under the Table. It's just the next under the table we have will be after the finales happen.
So, let me clarify something.
Mm-hmm.
If we do a joint session, then there's 1 more session.
Yep.
For everyone does 1 more.
Yep.
If we do a split session, you're saying there's 1 for each group, so that's the 2 sessions.
Yeah. So either way, everyone has 1 more session left, except Fred, who could have 2. Because he's in both.
Okay.
Okay, so this is I kind of want to see what happens with Torvekek in the 2nd season when he's still getting 2 different things running around.
That's up to you, man. You could be back together as with the 2 hanging out together, or have them split between the 2 different parties.
That's
you
a
have
good question.
2 characters.
I feel like Grunkle would benefit from having 2 Torvekeks. But then this party would also benefit from having somebody that is dumb and does damage.
I just
Adarag's not
realized I
that
meant to have something else happen, and I totally forgot. And it was kind of a huge thing, but it's fine. We'll get to it in another time.
You can tell us later.
No, I can't.
have something in your pocket.
Yeah,
Why
I had
not?
something in my pocket. But it's.
I mean, if it can't happen, you can tell us.
I'll bring it up at a later time. But anyways, Gnimwirt has a new toy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, he does.
I wonder how that'll come into play.
Oh boy.
I'll work on some concept art over this next week.
Yeah, we'll come up with
Is
some
it-
cool stuff. But
Is it going to be called Arwen's Heart?
That's
his suit.
that's
It's
really-
literally powered by the ancestry of the town.
Yep. Remember what she was known for?
The library and sorting people.
Something else? Why she got that job?
Was she magic?
She was royalty.
No.
don't
Roderick
know.
was the sword. She was the.
Brain.
No?
Was she?
No.
I don't know. It didn't stick for me.
Huh. Right then.
Shield?
No.
I mean, I have the script. I can go figure it out, or you could just tell me.
Find out next time on King's Crossing. We'll see you all in the next episode. Later, everyone.
Adios.
Bye.
See ya.